Hey expats and travelers alike, today we're here to talk about expat life in Kuala Lumpur. We've broken it down into 3 parts: moving, living, and working. I'm Josh with Expats Everywhere.
And I'm Kalie.
And this is our review preview show.
Kuala Lumpur won this vote with 35% of the votes, so voting was actually pretty spread out this time. But let's go ahead and get started with moving to KL.
Kuala Lumpur is only about 35 kilometers from the west coast of Malaysia and is located in the Keling Valley. The city is quite sprawling and has mountains east of it and the Strait of Malacca being the body of water to the west.
Because of its proximity to the water and its overall location near the equator, KL is humid. There's a tropical climate with lots of rain and fairly high temperatures, so it's not uncommon to get flooding, especially during monsoon season, which is between October and March.
Or wind. As you consider moving to KL, you will want to know a little bit about its history. Long ago, it was a small mining town mostly inhabited by Chinese workers. In 1896, it became the capital of the Malay state, but it's also worth mentioning is the presence of the British Empire. However, Malaysia has been its own country since 1963.
Because of its rich history, KL is multicultural and religiously diverse. You can see the changes the city has gone through the different architecture around. Also, because of the British influence in the past, English is commonly spoken there, especially in the business sector.
And like I mentioned before, the city is very spread out, so there are lots of different neighborhoods and boroughs. It's much easier to get around by car, so that might mean buying a car when you get there or using a ride share such as Grab, which is very affordable.
There is public transportation, but because the city is so big, it can take a long time to get anywhere. However, it is super cheap. These are the trams and things. Everything goes through KL Central Station, which is very central and a good place to be. They also have buses.
Yeah, no traffic jams for the monorail and such. Before you head there, you might wonder about the different districts and which would be the best for you. There are loads of shopping and nightlife districts to choose from. If you're looking for entertainment, find accommodations in Bukit Bintang.
KLCC is where you'll find the Petronas Towers and is dominated by the commercial scene. Subang Jaya is also a popular place for expats because of the international schools, and Ampang hosts several of the embassies, so if you want to be near your embassy, see if it's in that district.
Lastly, Chichang K is KL's Chinatown. When talking about safety in KL, unfortunately things like pickpocketing and scams are common. Just be aware of your surroundings in order to stay safe.
The country itself is conservative due to its Islamic influence, so even though KL is a large metropolis, keep in mind that you want to be respectful. They don't shy away from corporal punishment, and things like fines, whippings, and jail time do occur for things that aren't illegal in Western countries, so be sure to research before you go.
It's not that bad. Now that we've talked a bit about moving to KL, let's shift to living there.
Now that you have an idea of districts, it's good to know about the cost of living. Obviously, it will depend on where you choose to live, but for accommodations, expect to pay over 500 USD in the city center for a 1-bedroom and close to 300 outside for a 1-bedroom. It can be upwards of $1,000 for a 3-bedroom in the city center.
Utilities will be around $50 and internet close to $30. We've also talked a little bit about public transportation earlier, and although it might not be the best route, it is the cheapest. One way, $1.
Eating out is super reasonable for KL, and an inexpensive meal, it would be about $3, and a mid-range restaurant for 2 can be as much as $20, which is cheap.
Yeah, pretty cheap. Living in Kuala Lumpur can offer really diverse options. While Malaysia has seen rapid development, KL has been at the heart of that for years. However, since it's such a large city, there can be challenges.
When talking about diversity, we have to mention that it's multi-ethnic and multicultural, as well as having diversity of religion. The architecture of the city can embody this. You'll see the buildings that are in colonial style, and then also some postmodern works that come out of the sky.
As far as religion goes, you should be able to find a home here among the variety of Christian, Muslim, Hindu, and Buddhist all being represented. That also ties back into the architecture as the various places of worship offer interesting visuals that are pleasing to the eye.
When you think about living in KL, you might want to know exactly what neighborhood to live in. Now, we touched a little bit on this before, but let's dive into it a little more. Like in most cities, it all depends on your taste and stage of life.
Yeah.
The reality is that if you ask most people what the Beverly Hills of KL is, they'd look no further than Mont Kiara.
That's right. Mont Kiara is a neighborhood where 80% of the residents are foreign, which means that chances are you'll be able to find someone that's your nationality. The downside is that you're less likely to live like a local, let alone spend a lot of time with locals. However, the upsides are why so many expats want to live there.
There are several international schools, a wide variety of restaurants that you can choose from that cater to all different nationalities. It's clean, has a modern design, and the neighborhood has good green space. The area is really great for families too.
And it's a fun name. Kuala Lumpur City Center, or KLCC, is another area of note. It literally has it all and can accommodate everyone, families, couples, singles. There you'll find huge shopping malls, a wonderful night entertainment, aka the Golden Triangle. Another thing is that it's where a lot of the large multinational companies are located, so you might be close to work.
Damansara Heights is another neighborhood that could vie for the Beverly Hills of KL trophy because of just how many affluent people live there. It's certainly a greener environment than most, and there's a range of bungalows, high-rise and low-rise apartments, which will provide you housing. It's simply a great place for expat families.
Then there's Bangsar. It's a really peaceful neighborhood where you'll find more long-term foreign residents of the city that has created a community-style feel because families have become more established there and put roots down, other than some expat families that are just in KL for a year or two. Another great thing about the area is that you have a good variety of local and mid-range restaurants. You'd be surprised as well how many younger people choose to live in the area. The downside here could be the lack of international school options, and it's relatively old in comparison to Damansara Heights and Mont Kiara.
Before we talk about working in KL, we want to take a minute to give a few shout outs to those who have been commenting on our channel and Instagram.
Shout outs! Yo, Matt, thanks for the comment on my video series about personal development. I hope that this is your first of many.
V wrote on one of our Penang videos, how about IT jobs in Penang? Thanks for the suggestion. We're going to reach out to some of the people about that and see if we can get a video for you. And this goes for everyone out there. So if there's something that you want to see, let us know in the comments.
Taki Brewer, thanks for the comment on our Athens video. We appreciate your positivity and glad you stumbled upon it. Thanks for the sub and all the best planning your retirement in Athens. Let us know if we can help.
Snowbird left us some great feedback on the cost of living in Penang video, talking about background music in the videos. So we're experimenting with this kind of thing. Please give us your feedback. Let us know what you think. Some of our videos might have some background music, but we like to keep the interviews without the music so that it's not distracting. We don't feel like that would enhance the video.
So true. Frankie B, thanks for the sub. We hope to see a lot of you in the comment section.
Dan Tonkin, thank you for the encouragement and love. We appreciate you showing your subscription publicly as well.
Life One System must win the award for our most active subscriber in the comment section. Thank you for your involvement.
Lastly, this one comes from Lauren's interview about the Netherlands. Annan Hope wrote about how he felt Lauren was very much on point, and Dutch directness might be something she misses when she returns to the US at some point. Thanks for the perspective. It could be.
It could be, for sure. Now on to working in KL. Expats have lots of options for work here. The service industry is one that is fairly easy to break into and offers a good quality lifestyle. However, the city is Malaysia's economic and business center, so those industries are also doing well.
There are many multinational companies in KL, so there are a lot of opportunities for expats. Interestingly enough, though, foreign residents only makes up 9% of the people living in the city.
Finance, insurance, and real estate are all sectors to look into for work. Anything tourism related also offers job opportunities. Don't forget job availabilities in education, health, and communications. There really are a lot of options.
Let's focus on the finance industry for a second. KL has become one of the global Islamic hubs for finance fairly recently. There are many financial institutions from the Gulf region, and the Islamic exchange trade funds are big here. Furthermore, the Bank of Malaysia has its headquarters in the city, and there are other foreign banks and insurance companies that brings a lot of variety for expats.
Like we mentioned, education is good to get into as an expat, whether it's working for an international school or a university. Medical specialists are always needed as well. Finally, tourism is booming in KL. It's constantly on the list as one of the top visited cities in the world. When people come to visit, there are also a lot of job opportunities for expats.
If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date on what's happening in the world of expats everywhere. On that note, let's quickly let you know what is happening in our world.
Last Sunday, we put out a video of an expat who lives in Dublin, Ireland. Alejandra is from Chile, but has been in Ireland for 12 years. She has an online language company called By the Way Languages. Guys, it's a great time to learn or practice language right now. since we're still stuck inside. So check out that video and her company.
Also worth noting is Josh has been working with Coach Daniel Aites of Wheeline to do some personal coaching where he has taken Gallup's Clifton Strengths Assessment. Sure. He has vlogged about the experience in 6 short videos, so take a look at that journey.
Yeah, please do. This coming Sunday, we will be loading a video of an interview with the spouse of a Romanian diplomat. Alexandra has just written a book about life as a diplomatic spouse, along with her expat experiences. We have also done an interview with her about being an expat in Berlin, but this Sunday, her video will be more about her book and how it's beneficial for expats.
We are now moving on to the letter L, so be sure to head over to the community tab page to vote for the next city. Remember, we post these videos every other Thursday. That's all for this review preview show. Until next time, bye.
Bye.